of them right. Alright. So, hello there.
What's up, guys?
We're a bit late this week.
We are?
Yeah. We normally record on Saturday.
Oh, fuck, that's right. It is Sunday. I'm thinking it's Saturday today.
Yeah, because we're recording today.
Harder tonight. This is us, our podcast. This is munching.
And would you please join me in the celebratory popping
Of the jasmine tea in
Right.
3,
2, 1.
1. Oh!
Crisp. So, today we don't got a lot to talk about. I have a few things, but not a whole lot.
I have a couple things, but one of the topics is pretty intense.
Before we start, well, no, I guess before we start, as we start. No, we talked about this a bit before. So, Borderlands, you got to the Rampager.
Oh, God.
Tell me exactly how you felt, and then I'll give you my own personal experience.
So, at the end of the Rampager boss fight...
Spoilers, by the way.
Yes, big spoilers. If you have not played Borderlands 3, please go and play it. And if you want to save money, save your money. But same. Skip to the next part. David will edit in what time we stop talking about this. So, you guys have been warned. But at the end of playing the Rampage campaign, the Rampage boss fight, got into the vault, got my Iridium Smasher. I was like, yes, more money, more loot. And I come out. I'm like, all right, let's get the hell out of here. Calypso twins come in. I'm just like, oh, shit.
These jokers again.
Yep, something's about to go down. And then I see Miles like, hell yeah, kick-ass time. And then she turned dead Maya. And I was not cool with that. Because I was not expecting that. Not in the slightest. Because Maya, she's such a badass. Like, she's the equivalent of Texas in the Borderlands universe. Like, she is their Texas. And I'm seeing Maya kicking ass all the time. And then I'm seeing Maya getting her ass kicked. And I'm like, wait, something ain't right here. And then next thing I know, she just got Stanos snapped. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And it's sad to say that I don't have a great... Like, my relationship with Maya isn't as strong as Kaine's. Because, he played Borderlands, 1, 2 in the pre-sequel, so he already has that connection. With me, I only had her in, 3. But still, regardless, I liked Maya out of all the Sirens. And still, it hurted a lot. And I know that's not a word, it hurted, but you can understand my drift here. It was not cool, it was so sudden, and I'm just like, bruh, she was so dope. It sucks that when I was introduced to her, it was her untimely death, but yeah, I was not happy with that at all.
So with Maya, I have never been attached to a character as much as I was with Maya. Like, I loved her. I still do love her. And it's, it hasn't fully clicked in my brain that she's just not...
Well, thank goodness I played the mission while you weren't there, because you probably would have had PTSD if we were together.
No, because in 2, she was just this, quite literally a force of nature. If you got far enough in the game, you would just mow through enemies like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome. And she was funny, too.
Dead to the corporates! Oh, wait. No, she said something. Oh, something about capitalism.
Die, you corporate bastard!
That's the one! Oh, and so beautiful.
I'm not going to say her death, didn't shock me, and it wasn't... I do think her death could have been handled better.
Yes.
I do think what the fan base did after that was wrong. Because the majority of the fan base, for a little bit, myself included, blamed Ava for Maya's death. To which Ava was the kid, which, if you were in her shoes, she was just locked on this planet where there's peace and prosperity. Well, not peace and prosperity. Peace and non-violence.
Yes.
All the time.
Yeah.
And when your teacher is always telling you, go guard this, go look at this, go study this, that gets a bit repetitive. Sooner or later, you want some more adventure. So I understand Ava's point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But on the other hand, you have to see the other side of the spectrum. Maya was only doing that to keep her safe.
Because I have not gotten to the end of Borderlands 3, so I don't know what happens in the story yet, but predictions for me. And I know some of you guys already know about it already because Borderlands 3 has been out there for quite a minute. But for me, seeing that and understanding like, yeah, Ava kind of screwed it up, but at the same time, I can understand why Ava did what she did. And why Maya protected her because Ava is the new line of Siren. And who's to say that Ava isn't going to be, if not, like, you know, not if not, but who's to say that Ava could be stronger than Maya or if not Lilith? But that's me speculating because I haven't finished the game yet. But that just goes to show like how far Maya was willing to go to protect.
I will, like after when I first got the game and Maya and that happened, I was a mess. Like for days, I was a mess.
Oh my gosh!
In the next like hours of gameplay, I was like the Calypso's follow you on the journey, and like they were just talking shit about Maya. I'm like, Troy,
bro,
I will mess you up.
When they made that video, and they're oh my gosh, that video so pissed me off.
And I guess spoilers, like a little bit of spoilers for you too.
Oh god.
He was like saying, your friend wasted these powers. I'm like, Troy, those powers are wasted on you. And I'm going to take my
take this fist and shove it so far where the sun doesn't shine, you're gonna be crying to your mom on the next planet.
You're gonna be crying. You're gonna be crying to Tyrene then at that point.
No, Tyrene doesn't give a shit about her brother. That's one thing I did realize. She doesn't care about her brother. Like, I caught her after that Rampage boss fight. She was like, control my universe. And he was like, you mean our universe? And she was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, literally buzzing him off. It's like, yeah, shut the fuck up. You're under my control.
I mean, she's kind of not wrong.
Okay.
Troy can only do so much, and that's only because of Tyrene.
Like, name one fanatic that has killed himself for Troy. I'll be here.
Hey, you cut off your favorite leg. Oh, he cut off both.
Oh, now he's trying to stand on his little stubs. My goodness. So, that's one thing. So, screw you, Troy. You're irrelevant.
I'm just gonna... Max, I love you, though.
Oh, yeah. Voice acting, of course. Great. Impeccable. Impeccable. But I love the cheesiness of the game. It's very cheesy.
Yeah, that's... This is the last thing I'll say on Borderlands, and we'll move on.
Yeah.
The fanbase says Borderlands 3 isn't as good as Borderlands 2, which I agree.
For sure. Oh, yeah.
Number 1, sequelitis exists.
Oh, yeah.
Number 2, it was going to be really, really hard to top Handsome Jack as a villain.
Oh, facts, yeah. I heard so much about Handsome Jack.
Jack was... Oh, my God.
Yeah, I was, when you gave me that collection, when I played the pre-sequel, which I thought was the sequel, and I saw Handsome Jack, I was like, oh, he seems cool. But then I found out who he was, and I was just like, oh. Okay. So, definitely excited when I get to Borderlands 2.
And number 3, the Vault... Oh, excuse me. The Vault Hunters in 2 were... You've seen 2 of them, but they were so cool. They were so cool. Like, you had Maya, you had Zero. You haven't met Salvador yet, but...
Okay.
You haven't met Salvador, you haven't met Gage. You're gonna meet Krieg one day. I'm gonna make you meet Krieg one day.
Okay.
No, and Krieg is hilarious. Love the man.
Oh, who is Jacobs? Because there's one, like, Jacobs, Win something...
Wainwright Jacobs.
Yeah, Wainwright Jacobs.
The CEO of the Jacobs Corporation.
Yeah.
So, like, every time you find, like, a revolver or, like, a Jacobs gun, that's his company.
Okay. Because when they gave him his intro, and they're just like, yeah, that's Jacobs. And I was just like, am I supposed to know him from a prior game or not? But...
No, I mean... You shouldn't know them from a prior game. You should know them. Their name is literally plastered
on the company
everywhere.
And so, like, when he was talking about his father's weaponry, and I was like, oh, he's the guy that makes the guns. I was like, cool.
Neat.
I'm munching on Himalayan. Love it. It's great. Alright. But, what I got here for today, it's low vibe energy.
Low vibe energy.
But... what I'm about to tell you guys is something that's really going on with all of us right now in this time and situation. And if you have the chance to watch it, give it a shot. And it will really open your mind up a lot to some things that you've never really explored before, or give you a better understanding. And the movie I'm talking about is Where the Wild Things Are. You remember that? That children's book?
I know, I have the book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I rewatched the live adaptation made in 2007.
2007, oh my god.
Yeah, I know. And I barely remember that movie because I remember I went with my mom and we both fell asleep.
I remember that movie got dark.
Yeah.
Like for a kids movie.
Oh yeah, it is extremely dark for a kids movie. But when I was reading the description and the what's the right word for it? I'll just stick with description right now. When I was reading the description for the movie, the director of the movie was saying that don't think of it as a movie for kids, but a movie about kids.
Yeah.
And when I had that thought process, I was like, all right, cool. I guess taking this out of the window with this being a kids movie is going to make this 3 times better. And it was really right. It was very right. And watching this movie really made me think about my emotional state, because basic plot of the story is that little boy having family troubles runs away and gets himself into a boat which sails him off into an uncharted island with a bunch of monsters that basically destroy stuff. And this little boy pretends to be their king, and he basically creates his own community friend group with these monsters and starts to build his own world. And then after his time there, it starts to make a dark twist or a secret, not secret, but it turns into where the monsters start to realize he isn't who he says he is. Mm-hmm. So that was the basic premise. But the deeper meaning of the movie goes more towards the 7 stages of grief.
Yeah.
And I thought of that to be ingenious because it's basically Inside Out, but darker and more realistic. In a nutshell. And bear with me here, because this is where it gets a little more complex. When the kid goes off into his island, it's basically him imagining him going to his brain, like adventuring inside of his deep emotional self. And as he's doing this, he's encountering all kinds of monsters.
Sorry, keep going.
My ringtone. And these monsters have a specific trait that shines the rest of, like, out of all the other ones. Like, each and every one of them has a specific trait that defines them. And they resemble the 7 stages of grief. And you begin to realize that this kid, as he hangs around these monsters, he's starting to understand not only the monsters, but himself. And when the movie pans out, the kid finally comes to the realization that the way he's been treating his mother, his family, is definitely what got him there in the first place. And he's starting to realize the error of his ways, and also, more importantly, understand negative emotion, negative feelings. Because backtracking to what happened, how he got there in the first place, is him and his mom
had a falling out.
Yeah. Because
I say falling out like that's a bit. One thing I remember from the movie, he bit her.
Oh yeah, he bit her hard. Why did I say it like that? But he bit his mom and had fights with his mom because of the dilemma that he has no dad. They divorced. They're having a whole entire family crisis in his mind.
A whole family, I don't want to say drama because that's very real.
Mm-hmm. And so this kid acts the same way how the monsters act in the island that he ventured off into. Destroying everything, fighting, doing things that basically boost the negative energy rather than realizing what he's doing is wrong and then being more proactive. It's much more of a reactive type of thing. And when he starts to find that out, now going back to where we were before, where he starts to understand the monsters, where we go to the point where he's starting to recognize what he's doing and how he's been treating his family, he's now at the mindset of like, all right, I'm ready to handle this. I'm ready to come back to my mom, and I'm ready to take on this next step in life. Because at such a young age, he has to experience all these kinds of emotions, which sucks for a child. And I thought of it to be very bittersweet type of beauty right there. Because the kid not only has to leave these monsters that basically comfort him, but not only that, but he's starting his next stage in life in a positive way, in a positive view. And the movie kind of ends on a dry note, which is him sitting in the table eating his cereal and his mom just staring at him and falls asleep. But you can tell from that connection right there that they are good. There's love and peace in there. They're actually going to try and make this, work. But the thing is that what really stuck out with me of how these monsters represent the 7 stages of grief is the connection that Max, that's the little boy,
The kid's name.
and the monster Carol, the striped monster with the horns. The reason why I thought of that, because the way that Carol reacts when he is presented with bad news or things that he does not like, he retaliates in anger, destroying things, breaking things, the exact same way how Max does it. So when I was thinking through that, I was like, okay, then you have this monster over here that's depressed and avoiding over here. That's where it all started to come together, and which made the movie so much more clear when entering into this crazy world, But honestly, all I just want to say to wrap it all up is just give this movie another shot, and it will actually take you into a deep personal adventure that you would never thought you experienced before. And one little icing on the cake. In the title, on the cover art of the movie, has the main title, Where the Wild Things Are, and then under it, and this is what really confirmed my thing that this is the 7 stages of grief. I know I've been saying that like I'm a broken record, but hear me out. There's one in all of us. So, just want to leave with that, with them saying that there's one in all of us. There's one monster that we resonate the most, which is the emotion that we struggle with the most. So, that's about it.
I just want to say, like, I still have the book. That was one of my favorite books when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And watching the movie, comparing it to the book, it's a very different... Okay, now that you said, like, it's not a movie for kids, it's a movie about kids, that definitely opens my... Because again, I don't remember much of that movie because it was so long ago. I think I saw that movie when I was...
You would have to be 9.
I was like 8, 9 years old.
Mm-hmm. Because 2007, I was 6.
No, like me, my parents, we all came out of the theater and we were like, that wasn't anything like we thought it would be.
Nope.
That
Same way with my mom.
Wasn't anything like the book.
Yep.
Like, I remember one of the monsters gets like their arm torn off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And also chucking birds out of the sky. That was another thing too. And that's where it just detaches that kids movie.
For a quote-unquote kids movie, it was just...
And also, one of my friends told me this.
Wait, where did you find it? Or did you
HBO.
Really?
Yeah, it's on HBO Max. For Halloween.
Hold on. Where's...
But someone told me that, and don't quote me on this, because this probably could not be true. Like, this could be true, but it was actually banned in South Florida for a certain period of time because it was so terrifying to their children. Because kids were coming out much more petrified than excited when coming out of this
2009.
movie.
I was in the 4th grade.
Well, I was in the 3rd grade, though.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Actually, no, I was 2nd.
Now that you mention it, I think we saw it opening weekend, and then after that we didn't hear anything about that.
Because it was such more of a mixed review type movie. Because it was more pointed towards the adults and teenagers rather than the kids themselves.
That the book is supposed to be for.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we saw it at the Regal down the street, and like, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah! See? Like, it just cleared up everything that just made it go like, whoa.
Well, that was actually the perfect segue. It's because speaking of Regal, speaking of the theaters, did you hear what happened with the theaters?
I think they shut down.
They might be shutting down for good.
Yeah. This quarantine, man.
It's
hard.
It's taking a lot of hits, and it's not. It's like, oh, you think you're gonna come out unscathed?
Yeah, COVID-19 just did the RKO on all movie theaters, and then the added cherry on the top was the freaking streaming platforms. Just like,
I wouldn't say it was the streaming platforms. I would say it was COVID, because streaming. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Oh my, here comes again. Hold on.
You burp.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't say it was the streaming platforms. I would say it was COVID because Netflix went digital years ago, and the theaters were fine.
Yeah.
And they were doing like Netflix originals and streaming originals and stuff, and theaters were still doing fine.
Yeah.
It's only when people stopped going to theaters because, hello, surprise, surprise, theaters are dirty.
Yep. Hella dirty. Have you seen them bathrooms? You know, I mean, people actually like, you know, you'd be surprised how many people like try to like, you know, do the.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah. In those places, of all places, like.
Nasty.
That's. I can't be the one to talk.
Nasty.
But, oh my gosh, that's just. How?
No, I'm just wondering.
How?
I'm just wondering if theaters go down, then what's gonna happen to the rest of the industry? Because they could move to streaming services. But
They could, because they already have apps, and all kinds of applications for their movie websites, for their movie placements. So, they could start their digital movie thing.
No, they could move to digital, not to streaming.
But streaming is already like skyrocketed. Like they already have those big giants, and like, you know, if Regal tried to come in with their streaming platform, or not Regal, Cinemax, or Cinemark and AMC, like if they try to come out with their stuff.
AMC was already kind of a glorified streaming service anyway.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just because people would only watch Walking Dead and the Badlands on the app anyway.
Oh, yeah. True.
No, but like, did you see that Soul got moved to Disney Plus? It's not moving in theaters anymore.
Wait, Soul?
Yeah.
What's that?
The Disney movie?
I actually never heard of Soul.
Really?
No.
It was everywhere for a good while. Hold on. This one?
No. For some reason, I had not seen that. No.
Really?
Nope.
Really? Okay, well, yeah. No, this got announced like last year, I think. And it was supposed to come out in November this year, but like in theaters, but since I think just like last week Disney said, hey, we're just gonna release on Disney Plus.
Wow. I mean, shoot. And they might do the same thing that they did with Mulan, and just have like
The Premier Access.
The Premier Access. And that might be the new type of theater now.
Oh God, I don't like that at all.
I didn't like that either. Because even though, yes, it's possibly a better rep than going to the theaters and paying $12 and then add it on if you want to get concessions, but
Just
30.
How much is Disney Plus? $10 a month?
$10 a month, most likely. Yeah.
You're already paying for the service every month. If you add $30 onto that,
For like once every few months, added 30 months, so like that's $40 every other month or few or so months when a new movie or TV show comes out. Well, not TV show, movie will be better. I don't know. That's like from an average, let's say they release 3 movies a year.
knowing Disney, that's probably a lot more.
True. Yeah. Because, you know, the kiddies are going to want new stuff sometimes, or they'll be chilling with the old stuff, but...
And they have all the other properties under them.
Yeah, with more content, all kinds of crazy stuff going on for them. And especially now they're trying to, go into The Mandalorian and, adding more TV content. They're going to want, what other kind of more, content you got with Star Wars? What about Marvel? So they're going to release more Marvel content with the movies and then some of the TV shows there. But... the main general thing is just the payments of new movies coming in that Premier Access. That I just believe it's a good idea, but just deem down on that payment cost. That's the main thing for me, is that why $30 would that be a great idea? Because you'll have the situation with Mulan. You pay $30 for a movie like that, and then you're just utterly disappointed with it, and you're just like, well, fuck, I just wasted $30 of a crappy movie.
I don't think in my honest opinion, if you're already paying for a service, I don't think any more money after that is worth it.
Call of Duty.
Whether the movie is quote unquote good or not.
Call of Duty. Sorry.
I think Mulan just got released to theaters, and then that was that.
Yeah.
Not to theaters. Released to Disney Plus. It's without the premiere access and all that.
Yeah. But it's just a way to keep the business flow going. It's just another way to get that revenue or whatever kind of payments that is like in the back behind the scenes that we don't know about. But just as like the thing, just the demand and everything's like, everyone's inside their houses in quarantine and like, business is slowing down and they just got to find some kind of revenue that these productions and other branches that are distributing movies to these theaters, well, now since like theaters are shutting down, like that source is now cut. So how are they going to get that kind of revenue from what they once had in theaters to those other branches that are distributing to them, And I probably might have made a confusing sentence there, but I'm pretty sure Kaine will break it down and make it a little bit easier. But if movies are out of the equation, then that means money is out of the equation. We don't know how much I don't know for sure how much money they get from the movies themselves.
From tickets?
Yeah, from ticket sales. Because ticket sales is a big thing in some places.
No,
yeah.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Just
Well, whatever the case may be.
we're just gonna have to wait and see.
I have to wait and see. But the fact that movie theaters, the one thing I will say, if in-person movies will be shut down, I predict
I don't think drivings are gonna take it over.
not necessarily, but it's like drive-in movies will be much more normal
Accessible.
now. Yeah, because since this is a new norm of being like 6 feet apart and mask all the time, people are gonna be much more willing to go over to a drive-in movie theater rather than staying at home because some people are already like not homesick, but tired of being at home.
Tired of being at home,
get out of like the house. So driving movies theaters is another cool thing. It's retro. It's like old school. So like older couples or families that have children that never experienced that stuff.
I'm just imagining the kids who like don't know how to work a radio, trying to figure out like okay, there's directions like okay, tune into this station to get the sound of the movie in your car.
Mm-hmm.
How do I work the radio?
What's an AM? What's an FM? I never heard of that before.
What's a Sirius? Is that Sirius Black?
Oh, that's funny. But speaking of Disney, because I wanted to segue from that. We kind of backtracked from the driving movie things, but Jamie Foxx has accidentally leaked a photo of a Spider-Verse.
The live-action Spider-Verse?
Yeah, live-action Spider-Verse picture
No,
on his Instagram.
That was definitely speculated.
And take this with a grain of salt.
That was definitely
Grain of salt.
speculated.
Yeah.
Like, I know when Spider-Verse came out, people were like, oh, we'd love to see a live-action Spider-Verse, which personally I would not. I think what made Spider-Verse special was the fact it was animated. A live-action Spider-Verse.
I don't know.
Would that be like, okay, this entire like hypothesis at this point. Would this live-action Spider-Verse be the Spider-Verse we already saw, or would it be like Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, basically every iteration of Spider-Man? Sorry, I'm getting a text message.
Huh?
Just I don't know.
That's what I hope for when it came to the live-action Spider-Verse, is having all the other Spider-Men from Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, to Tom Holland being that kind of Spider-Verse. Because if it were the Spider-Verse where, have one Peter Parker and then Peter Parker from Ultimate Universe and then Amazing, like all that stuff.
Yeah, apparently Jamie Foxx is like coming back for Electro.
Electro, yeah. But he's not blue this time, thank God.
Unpopular opinion. Kind of like the blue.
What? You look like electrified Smurf.
I'm not saying I loved the blue, but for a new look for Electro, I kind of liked it.
It was different. It gave me the Amazing Spider-Man vibes. Not amazing. Well, the Marvel Spider-Man 2018 PS4 Electro, where
it was the scar.
It was more of a scar. He didn't have a scar, but figuratively, like lightning inside the face with Jamie Foxx's blue lightning and everything. But I don't know. It just didn't really resonate with me with Electro because I felt like when they made him blue, it felt like a Green Lantern kind of thing. To where like CGI blue skin on him to make him look cooler. But I think that Electro's original outfit is cool as it is. Like, it's a little, goofy, but we can definitely modernize it into something that looks 3 times better from what it originally was. I mean, we've done it before with, Magneto's an example. What was a villain? The freaking Green Goblin from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. Because the Green Goblin in the cartoon was an actual freaking goblin. And in the one from the Spider-Man Sam Raimi movie, the goblin was a suit, but it looked dope as hell. And
it looked like a Power Ranger suit, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a Power Ranger type vibe, but regardless, it was dope.
No, but for Spider-Verse, for the live action thing,
mm-hmm.
one of my wants for for the Spider-Verse sequel, for the actual Spider-Verse sequel,
mm-hmm.
I want them to bring in Spider-Man PS4. I want them to bring in Yuri Spider-Man.
That is true. True. I would like to see that.
And I feel like if they do that with live action, then they won't be able to.
Mm-hmm. And this is the Miles Morales Spider-Verse that we're talking about, the Sony movie?
Yes.
That's what. Okay. Yeah, I actually would like to see that. That would be cool. Having. Oh, but that would be 2 Miles in there. That would be actually kind of sick. That would be actually kind of cool.
It'd be like the Spider-Man meme squared.
Oh yeah, he's like, who are you? I'm you. He's like, who are you? I'm Spider-Man. No, I'm Spider-Man.
Except they're all called Spider-Man, except one is in black and red and one's in red and blue.
But then there's one that's red and blue and white.
Very true.
But that would be really cool. I would like to see that. And with the whole thing going on with Spider-Verse, I think that can be the next type of Avengers thing for Marvel. If they were to go through with the Spider-Verse thing, I think that would be like the next Avenger type feel. Because you have the same scenario where you can have one Spider-Man, one Spider-Man.
My biggest thing with the MCU Spider-Man is they're not trusting him to stand on his own.
And then you have Sony too.
Like with Homecoming, they put Iron Man. Iron Man was kind of like, he wasn't over encumbering, which was nice, but he wasn't entirely absent in it either.
No.
And with Far From Home, like even in death, Tony was still just everywhere in that movie.
Yeah, and it just goes to show, like, he was the mentor. He was a very big focal point within Peter Parker's life in the MCU universe.
No, but aside from that, like the villain was focused around Tony instead of Peter.
I don't remember who the main villain was. Oh, it was Mysterio. It was Mysterio. Which was actually really cool what they did with Mysterio. Mysterio was pretty cool. I did like the fact that they made his suit actually CGI. It was kind of lame. But that's just me.
No, they made him a glorified animator, which I found kind of cute.
Yeah. He's just like, all right, here we go. And he's like kind of readying up for a show and everything in that final scene in the movie, which is kind of funny. I have to give him that.
You don't want any part of this.
But yeah, I honestly really hope the Spider-Verse thing is somewhat true.
I'm like caught in the middle. Do I want a live action Spider-Verse? Kinda. Do I want it to supersede the Spider-Verse we already have? No, not really.
Mm-mm. No, not really. Like, I just feel like don't bring in any like kind of new Spider-Man. Just keep it with the 3. If we were to do the Spider-Verse in IRL, just
Tom
Andrew,
Holland.
Tom, and Garfield.
Yeah. Wait.
Oh, wait.
Andrew, Toby. No. Andrew, Tom, and Toby.
I said Andrew Garfield twice. I just said Andrew, Tom, Garfield. Just made it his middle name. He's like, Andrew, Tom, Garfield, you get over here right now. But Andrew, Tom, and Toby. Yeah, there we go. And just make that the Spider-Verse and be chill with that.
And also have Sam Raimi directed.
That will work. I think Sam Raimi, out of all the, like, if I had to say, like, the level of direction for a Spider-Man movie, Sam Raimi will be at top. Because in and out of Spider-Man, I could feel that this was Peter Parker when he's out of the suit.
Yes.
Like, I definitely felt like the nerdy, the wittiness, and then sometimes the cool guy, but that's only when he was in Spider-Man 3. But that was ridiculous.
It was just so stupid. That's what made it good.
Exactly. And then you have the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, which I think mainly towards... Was it like the Amazing Spider-Man where he was more of the cool skater boy? Or was it not spectacular. There was a certain Spider-Man.
A cartoon.
Yeah, or not. Maybe it was a cartoon. But
No, that's definitely one of the things. Like Andrew Garfield was kind of too good looking to play high school Peter Parker. If he was older Peter Parker, that would have worked.
That would have definitely worked. If he was the Yuri Spider-Man.
Yeah. No,
if he played him, yes, that would
have
work.
been perfect.
But this Spider-Man for high school Peter?
No, because that's when Peter like had his confidence. That's when he was like, he knew he was the shit.
When they had the speculation that dude was about to be a father. Whoops. Somebody was getting a little frisky with the cat.
MJ's gonna kill me.
Bruh. When he broke the news to her, he was just like, so...
You know, we dated, right? And she's like, yeah, so? Oh.
So we might be expecting a little someone in the next, I don't know, 9 months. Hangs up the phone. Imagine how awkward that would be.
Yo, I'm surprised they haven't done anything with Black Cat in the movies, though.
Honestly, like, that's actually very surprising.
Like, that's aside from the Hobgoblin, that's about the closest thing he has to a partner.
Yeah.
And Miles.
Mm-hmm. And Miles. But wasn't the Kingpin in one of the Spider-Man movies?
The Kingpin?
I don't know if he was. No,
I'm
thinking Daredevil.
Yeah, he was in Daredevil.
I'm thinking Daredevil, yeah. Which I'm surprised at least Daredevil would have Black Cat. Even though, like, Daredevil and Black Cat have nothing to do with each other.
Unless I'm mistaken, they never crossed over, they never even talked.
They never even talked. But I just felt like, okay, if they're going to introduce Kingpin, maybe Netflix can do their magic and, like, do something around Black Cat, because they're already, like, talking about
Netflix. Oh, wait, no, they can't do that, never mind.
Yeah, they can't. They canceled the show. But, like...
No, I was thinking, like, maybe we could get, like, a Netflix Black Cat show or something. Because, oh my god, that'd be so cool.
That actually would be kind of cool. I can see them doing something with that. But, my lord. That photo that Jamie Foxx posted, that just sparked up a whole kind of, like, speculation. Because, like, people are split in the middle with it. Because some people are like, it was just, like, him posting a cool picture for hype that he's coming out as Electro. And then some people were like, I don't know about that, buddy, because why would he delete the picture if he's causing hype? But then the counter argument would be, well, maybe he deleted the picture because, you know, they're getting the wrong idea. So it's got everyone split in the middle. But either way, I'm excited for it. I
never saw it until now, but part of me is really thinking this is fan art.
I believe that's just fan art.
No, because for one, look at the... Does that look familiar?
No, that looks like the Miles Morales Spider-Man in like, Peter Parker's suit.
That looks the... Like, just the art style reminds me of actual Spider-Verse, not... And also the one on the left looks like Peter B. Parker.
Oh, wait. Oh,
doesn't that...
that has Peter B. Parker's shape. Just about, yeah.
Yeah, that looks like Peter B. That looks like
Miles from there. And then from here, it's like a mesh between Tom Holland or maybe...
Tobey Maguire?
Tobey, yeah.
I don't know.
But still, like... Maybe it's like one or the other. Either he is like hyping up a tease for Spider-Verse, or it's just fan art and just simply him hyping up that the fact he's coming back as Electro. But I'm still excited for the Spider-Man 3 movie, which is going to be fun.
Do we even know when it's coming out?
No idea. But we know it's happening. I mean, it's the last Spider-Man movie, I think, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because you have Far From Home, you have Homecoming, Far From Home, and then this one that's coming out now. Yeah. Fun stuff. But
alright, well, next thing. Immortal Combat.
Oh, that was the thing I forgot. I was like, I remember I wanted to put something else in this list. And now you touched on it.
Melina and Rain are coming back. With Rambo.
Which is actually really cool. I'm actually glad.
They actually got Sylvester Stallone to do it.
Yes, I know, but they don't have the... They didn't make or automate his voice to make it sound like how he was younger, but I kind of like this Sylvester Stallone gritty older type vibe with it.
Okay with that.
I'm fine with that too. But I just want to talk about that Melina looks... Ugh!
They took her lips away.
She has nothing on the bottom portion but teeth.
Just teeth.
Which is awesome! I'm sorry if I destroyed your ears.
I'll admit, I kind of like... It made it a bit easier to look at.
Not for me.
When she had...
No, so pull up a picture. I want to see this picture again because I probably forgot about it because it was so hideous. But it just screamed Melina. I was just like, "Woohoo! We got Melina!"
No, because I know that's like the one character people have been begging for to come back.
Melina and Reptile. That's the old one.
That's 10.
That's 10.
And then...
And she's gonna be in 11, which is so exciting. If they bring back Reptile, because they teased him before.
And then that's 11.
Oh, God.
Yeesh!
She literally she looks like if the joke, like the Batman who laughs, but just, rips off his lips and they sharpen his teeth. That's what Melina looks like.
No, Ed Boon trolled us all. Like, this is literally... Look at that!
But last time, Melina is not coming to MK11. I love Ed Boon. Ed Boon is too funny, man.
I don't know if this is what he meant to do with the entire time. Rain, I feel like, was intentional. People have been asking for Rain for a while.
Oh, yeah. Rain's been people have been wanting Rain since MKX9.
No, which is funny, because, he was in 10. We fought him in 10.
Yeah, we fought him and killed him in 10. I think he's dead.
Well, yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. And then Melina's also dead.
But, timelines converge.
Timeline converge, everything's resetted, and I would really like to have Reptile!
And I think there was someone else who's coming too. Or did I? No. It was just Melina and Rain.
Yeah, Melina, Rain, Rambo.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. But if we just bring back Reptile, just please bring back Reptile. I want all my ninja... And Smoke. The last 2 ninjas, that's all we want. That's all. Just bring the whole ninja game back. You got your yellow with Scorpion. You got a blue with Sub-Zero. You got... Oh, and Ermac. Fudge, I'm freaking... Oh my
Error macro. And also...
Ermac.
Also Takeda and Kenshi.
Who? Oh, shoot. I was like, who the fuck is Kenshi? I was like, oh my gosh, how could you forget Kenshi?
Kenshi!
I was like...
Dog!
The man, the myth, the legend with the blindfold and
with the
demonic
telekinetic
sword.
and the whole blender sword thing.
Yeah! I was like, how could I not remember that?
Forgot Kenshi?
I almost forgot Kenshi. I was like, well, that's what... They did my boy dirty.
They killed him off screen.
They killed him off screen.
But since, you merged timelines again, bring him back, please.
Yeah, and also, since, if you're bringing back Rain and Melina, I'm pretty sure one more character would hurt. At least one.
I mean, this is only Fighter Pack 2.
Yeah.
So.
And there's plenty more to come, because they're just updating upon updating upon updating with this game until they make Mortal Kombat 12.
Yeah, I'm surprised the game has lasted as long as it has.
I mean, dude, this game has about 4 set of trilogies? Because you have Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, Mortal Kombat 4, Deception, and Armageddon.
I'm not familiar unless we're talking 9, 10, 11.
Yeah, but I'm not going to get into nitty-gritty stuff about, the type of games they were. I'm just naming the list and all I can remember. And then you got Mortal Kombat 9, 10, 11. From all I can remember, for sure. But there's so many out there.
No, but none of those games lasted as long as 11 did. The game came out in 2019, and it's still going.
Yeah, it's still going, and I think the main reason why is that it's just the amount of added characters and the amount of people that are coming back to the game. Because with, I don't know, how long ago was 10?
2015.
2015? Oh, yeah, so they had a good 4 years.
15's life cycle was not as long. Granted, that's probably because Injustice 2 came out in that.
Yeah, because Injustice 2 just mopped the floor with it and just took the spotlight from Mortal Kombat X. But with Mortal Kombat 11 being away for 4 years and people wondering when the hell is this 11th game coming out, and then now with the 11th game here and all kinds of cool and characters that we've been wanting back are back, and the fact that this game is just building upon building, I think it's really trying to get to the potential that they've been aiming for since 9.
Yeah.
Because every time when you finish 10 and 9 and 10, you just kind of have the feeling just it's not
quite there yet.
But I think 11 is really getting to that point.
11, oh yeah.
Because you have so many guest characters that are so perfect for the game.
Wait, so many guests. There was Terminator, Spawn, and Rambo.
RoboCop,
and Rambo. That's it, right?
Joker.
Huh? Is that it?
I'm pretty sure that's it. That I know of for guest character wise.
So hold on, there's Shang Tsung, there's Fujin, there's...
Well, those guys are actually within the story.
I'm not counting guest characters now. I'm counting all the added characters. I'm thinking how many characters can they add until Mortal Kombat 12 comes?
Honestly, they can add so much more. To be honest, because
you're not wrong, but
they could probably make an entire block. I think they made an entire block by this point. Because how they started off was a square and a few rows on top of the square. And I feel like now they're actually going to make a huge square of all these characters that they've been trying to add in. Because I feel like this just... It's not going to fill the entire screen, but to the point where it gets to the side of the faces. That's how far I think they will go. So I think like all those corners where it's like the slivet of the row is incomplete, that's when they're putting in new characters. And they're just doing it like this.
And they're just dropping them in
As they go.
Bring back Takeda and Kenshi. Please.
Just give us the last 3 ninjas. That's all we want. Because the thing that you did with Shang Tsung,
He's fine.
I'm salty. I'm salty about that. I'm
He's
sorry.
fine. We don't trust him now, but he's fine.
Nah, dude. I don't
That were
trust him. No. Oh, you know who was really, I don't know if he was good or not, but there was one character that I somewhat liked. Stryker. The cop. The one with the grenade and the nightstick and the pistol.
Not ringing a bell.
Blue shirt. Gun pistol holster on his shoulders.
Nope, not ringing.
Cap. Dog tags. How can you not remember Stryker?
Nope, not ringing a bell.
Really? You can't remember
Oh, no, when
Stryker? He was in 9.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was.
no, he was.
He was. I think I saw him die.
I hardly remember 9. I hardly remember 9.
Like,
That-
I mean...
No, that was almost 10 years ago, man.
Did they give us the robots? Is Cyrax and Sector in there?
Yeah.
Why am I not remembering Cyrax and Sector?
Cyrax and Sector were in there. Cyborg Sub-Zero was in there, too.
No, not in 9/11.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, Cyrax and Sector were in there.
They are in there now?
They're not playable, but they're in there.
They are?
Yeah.
Oh.
You fight them.
You fight them. Yeah.
You kick their butts.
Yeah, you kick the
But
butts.
also,
They
yeah,
kick your
well,
butts.
they haven't brought the robots in.
No robots. There's so many characters. Maybe they aren't gonna do it because they already brought back Shiva, so that's one character. Oh man,
They brought back Sindel.
I mean, I'm glad they brought back Sindel. Sindel's great. I like Sindel. Like, I mean, Sindel playing her is kind of fun.
No, playing her is fun, but just like the entire time I was watching Aftermath, I'm like, I want to strangle you.
Oh yeah, Sindel. I mean, even though they had to bring her back to life, make her. They had to do something with her. I totally forgot about Aftermath because Aftermath was literally a rinse and repeat of what it was on the Mortal Kombat story mode. So, and also it's a really big thing that took the cake was why the hell do you trust Shang Tsung? You don't trust Shang Tsung. He's a liar.
He's the one who set everything off. He just. It's like that giant trail of dominoes. He just.
Pretty much.
This is the man who set everything in motion.
This is the dude that tried to destroy the entire realm.
More than once.
More than once! I'm just don't bring back Quan Chi. If you bring back Quan Chi, I am officially done with Mortal Kombat.
Quan Chi.
The sorcerer.
I remember him.
Pale dude.
Yeah, no, I know him.
Oh yeah. He annoyed the absolute bollocks after me. Good thing I need a swig of that water. I'm getting stressed out just by thinking about that, man. Gosh darn it. I'm done. What else do I got here? Ooh. So, I don't know how you got the chance to go on Prime Video and watch Utopia. Did you get a chance to check that out?
I still haven't yet.
Yeah. Utopia, I finished that show. In that show, crazy. Absolutely crazy. To go back on what I said about the show last episode, saying that the show was about a comic book that basically predicted the end of the world and it all kind of comes together into this bigger picture. And I love that with this show because, later on while I was watching it, the comic book was kind of like a figment of the imagination. Like, there's really no point for the comic book there. Because the bigger picture was just there in front of your face where there's just no need for the comic book. It was just kind of like the bridge towards the main plot of the story. And I enjoyed it because it was fun, dark, gritty, and extremely gruesome. And the ending brought more questions than answers, which I love about that. Keeps you going, keeps you interested, and also makes you really think about everything that these characters have gone so far for. And you're just like, then what the hell's the point? And so, like, it's just, it strives you to get the bigger picture because this show is super discreet. So you really don't get all the pieces right then and there. Like, it's only like tidbits of it. But enjoyed it a lot. Very fun. And also it is actually, I learned this, but Utopia is a adaptation of an older version which is made in Europe.
Didn't know that.
Which a lot of fans have been saying that it's much better than this one. I've yet to see it. My dad saw it and he says it's not as good as it is being said. But that's his opinion, not mine just yet.
Alright, we're at 51 minutes. Is there anything else we have to cover?
Woo! I got a couple of things. I got a lot of reviews. I was not really on the hunt on a lot of content
I wasn't
with video
either.
games. It was more towards movies because I was consuming a lot this week. But Bly Manor.
I haven't watched it. I didn't know. I thought it was coming in. I thought it was coming at the end of the month.
Nope, it came out already.
Well then.
I will say that you could probably get through it.
In what way?
That you will be creeped out, but you won't be terrified.
Okay, I'll probably.
Because the scariest moments within the show is in the trailer.
Isn't that kind of whack then?
No. Well, for your case, no. For my case, yes. Because, forewarning for people who have not seen Bly Manor, if you're going in from the reputation that The Haunting of Hill House has created, you're going to be disappointed. Because the show is not really big on the ghost story scare you factor. Mm-hmm. It's more towards the ghost story gothic novella romance. It's a love story.
Oh.
So it's less on the scares, more on the story.
It's more just being dark and creepy as opposed to like
yes,
scary.
Because there are a lot of great points where it creeps you out and you're just like, oh, okay.
I'm not comfortable.
Exactly. And the show is actually self-aware of that too. Because there's been plenty of times where the show has said, oh, the character who described this house is exactly how it is. It's beautiful, innocent, and loving from the outside, but dark on the inside. And all kinds of stuff of like, this is a ghost story, I guess. It's not my story, but it's someone else's story. Which kind of goes along the lines of like, this is not a direct story from the main characters that we're viewing. This is just someone else retelling the story. So not all the stuff that is being presented to us is actually legit. So all kinds of things can be skewed around, but that's me getting in the nitty-gritty stuff, so I'm not going to say any more of it. But just the general aspect of the show, I was more invested in the story than when is the next point where I'm going to get creeped out. Because I realized that there was a huge gear shift in the first episode. Because in the first episode of Haunting a Hill House, right off the bat, you're getting scared the shit out of. Yeah. So if you're going into Haunting a Hill House first, you're going to regret that decision. Because you might as well go to Bly Manor and start off fresh. Start off slow. Because Haunting of Hill House, they get you creeped out and scared because, you're in a dark room. And next thing you know, you look behind the person and something's like hovering closer towards
it was just
that.
a moment in the trailer.
Yeah. No. Well, yeah, but I was talking about Haunting a Hill House. This was a scene from it. But in Bly Manor, the first episode, it's more of talking and explaining stuff. And then there was one point in the scene where, like, a flash of a ghost is behind the character and, like, loud noise. That's it. And so that only happens, like, later on in, like, the next 15 minutes of the episode. So you're just chilling for 15 minutes and then you're scared. While Haunting of Hill House, it's like right off the get-go. Like as soon as you press play, you're already getting scared. So that's when I recognized that there was a huge gear shift from 6 to 2. So I'm just like, all right, I'm just going to vibe here. I'm not going to come in here and think, oh, am I going to get scared? I'm just like, where's the story going along with, like, what is this show trying to be shown to me? So where's this going? And as the show goes on, I start to recognize that this is more of a love story because the main theme of Haunting of Bly Manor is love and understanding and how to deal with emotion, while Haunting of Hill House is family.
Aww.
Which, like, both of them, yes, are both about family, because Bly Manor is about a family, Haunting of Hill House is about a family, but the main aspect of it, Bly Manor, goes more towards of love and emotion, where Hill House is, like, more family, community, and staying together. But all in all, I would give out of 10 for Bly Manor, like a 7.5, because, I was a little disappointed because I wanted to be scared, but after recognizing and understanding how much of the story...
It was just a different shift.
Yeah. And it was very great and very good acting chops for all the people who were there, because, oh my goodness, the actors do such a phenomenal job on that show. You can really connect with these characters and understand how they were feeling. And the children actors, oh my goodness, they will creep the hell out of you. Not from, like, creeping you out like they're weird and menacing. No, well, that's later on in the show. But, it's just, when they, what?
I hate creepy children. That's like my kryptonite. I can't do cursed dolls, creepy children, clowns.
Oh, Lord. Oh my goodness.
Like, I'm already like a kind of a wuss when it comes to horror, just like cursed children, cursed dolls, creepy clowns, even just regular clowns. No.
Yeah. This show is actually an adaptation of a gothic novella called Turning of the Screw. So it's a book that is centered towards the kids that are living in this mansion who are from a wealthy family. But this show, it takes an account from that book right there. But the thing that creeped me out about the kids is that the fact that these kids are so freaking educated. They're young. They're 7 to 9 years old, and they're speaking fluent English. No stuttering, no kind of like running, like how we're rambling right now.
I mean, shit, I still have a stutter.
Exactly. We're 1922 right now, and these kids are 8 and 9. They're speaking better than us, and it's just like, whoa, like, oh my goodness. Like, that's crazy. Like, honestly, I just have to applaud the child actors because they did such a great job. And there are 4... Actually, no, I think there are 5. Yeah, 5 returning actors from...
I think you said, like, one of them was 5. I'm like, what?
No. There were 5 returning actors from The Haunting of Hill House. You have the mother, you have the father, you have the little brother, the one that played Luke, and then you have the one that played Nell, and then you had the middle child, which was, the one with the gloves. I forgot her name in that one, too. But she was the alcoholic, glove-wearing character from Hill House that is also in The Haunting of Bly Manor. And also, a really great thing that made Haunting of Hill House so different from every other horror movie or TV show that's out there is that they give you a sense of dread that you're not alone, that you never have a chance to feel comfortable in your own shoes when it's daytime, or just a simple scene where it's just a panning of a landscape, because there's always some creepy ghost chilling there just staring at you, which makes so I don't even want to get into it. But the thing with Bly Manor, it just really ties around the ghost and just kind of gives you a sense of complete when watching the show. So it's there are a few loose ends in there, but all in all, the show is really tied into a very nice bow.
Okay, well, you had your spiel with Bly Manor. Mm-hmm. Do you mind if I take my spiel at The Boys?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The Boys Season 2 has wrapped up. I did not like Season 2 as much as Season 1.
Mm.
I liked Season 2, not as much as Season 1. There were characters in Season 1 that didn't do much in Season 2, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Season 2 felt a lot more aimless. It was just like a lot of... Fuck, I lost my train of thought there.
Like, it just felt like it was all over the place.
It felt like... Yeah, that's what it felt like many little adventures instead of just like one singular story.
Mm-hmm.
Which maybe is because I binge watched Season 1 long after it came out, and like I was watching Season 2 week to week. I don't know whether that was just... I don't know whether Season 2 was meant to be broken up as it was, or... Overall, I did like Season 2. Just... The whole show is just like a deconstruction of both, one, like the saying, don't meet your heroes, and two, kind of the entertainment industry. Because like one of the characters, Annie Starlight, she's just... she's like this small town girl who's like selected to be in like, what's the word I'm looking for? She's basically being selected like for her dream.
Okay.
And then she realizes like, oh shit, it's actually pretty shitty here.
Mm.
No, and it's this wonderful deconstruction of don't meet your heroes, the entertainment industry, and just complete absurdity. Little spoiler alert, little NSFW warning.
Oh no, I'm not ready for this.
One of the last scenes of the show shows the main villain, Homelander, jerking off on a building. Like, I can do whatever the fuck I want. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
What? Just out in public, just doing that?
He was on a building, like high up, and that doesn't make it better.
It doesn't make it better because that's just for everyone to see. Just
No, like
it's like I look up and I see a dude with his pants down wanking off. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. I'm just gonna go the other way now.
No, and what made it really, really bad, I was talking with my friends, like in a discussion about it afterward. Some of them were saying that he was, another spoiler, one of the main villains gets like scorched, like half her body is scorched off, and one of them thought he was frisking that. The other, someone else made this thought, like when he finished, it would like start raining.
I didn't want to talk about it. I knew someone was gonna say something about that. Oh, that is so gross. I mean, that's not the grossest thing I've seen or heard.
It's still pretty.
It's pretty freaking nasty,
It's still
dude.
pretty nasty.
Like I'll tell you about this off record, but I don't want to say this on cam and on audio because
No, but like one thing I have to commend, like the actors, Carl Urban, Tony Starr, Aaron Moriarty, Karen Fukuhara, they all did such an amazing job. Mm-hmm. Like especially Karen Fukuhara, who doesn't say a word in the show. Like her character is mute. She physically can't talk.
Oh.
And she just does so much with it. It's so good.
Yeah, that gives her job. Like it makes her job harder because the facial expressions are very key.
Just.
Love it.
Love it.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Oh, do you remember watching iZombie?
Nope.
CW show.
No, I know what it is. I never actually watched it.
Do you know the guy named Ravi or the partner that worked in the morgue with the main character? Goatee.
Not ringing a bell. Robbie. Hold on. It's loading.
Oh.
Also, quick little side note with the boys. Carl Urban, his accent, you would think when you see him in real life, like he still has that thick accent, like "Hello, love." I can't do it myself because I'm not like I don't have.
Hello, love.
I don't have that thick masculine accent like Carl Urban does. No, but just it's not as thick as I thought it'd be. Like when you see him in The Boys and you see him in Thor Ragnarok, he has like the same accent. So when you're thinking, when you see him in real life, oh, it's just his natural voice.
Yeah.
It's not his natural voice.
Oh.
At all.
So they just like do the thing that you did in over here, and he's just like, okay, cool.
Okay, yeah, Robbie, what about him?
Yeah, he's on Haunting of Bly Manor.
Oh.
He's one of the cooks.
That's not. Now that I remember seeing the trailer, and yeah, this guy, yeah, I remember, he does look familiar.
Yeah, he did a very great job on the Haunting of Bly Manor, and so is the woman who played the Handmaiden. A lot of new actors on that show, actually. But still, I'm done talking about Bly Manor. But shoot, you were talking about the homeboy that was speaking British. Actually, no, there's one last thing I want to talk about Bly Manor, is that a lot of the, like, when I talked about the acting chops, a lot of the actors had to change their accents because majority of them were, well, I don't know if those were real voices or not, but it just shows how talented these people were, was that majority of them from Haunting of Hill House spoke in, like, regular American accent. Mm-hmm. And then you have the father and the mother. I don't know, the mom had her accent. I think she did. But you had 4 of the Hill House actors were speaking in an English accent, British English accent. I'm sorry if I got that confused, guys. And then you have the guy who plays Luke in the Hill House. Mm-hmm. He has a thick behind Scottish accent, bro. like hella Scottish accent. I probably could be wrong about that too. Correct me if I'm wrong, but dog, I was looking at him all kinds of cross-eyed and stupid. Like I was like, that doesn't resonate. Like how
Although
are you able to do
he was
it?
playing a Scottish accent or like his natural accent?
I don't know if that's his natural voice or not, but it was so authentic. It was really good. Like it didn't feel like they were trying to force it out of it. It really felt like that those were their actual voices.
It's not a Mandela effect. It's like, I don't know what it is. It's just strange.
Yeah, exactly. Like seeing someone on one show that has no accent come into another show with a full-on accent that just makes it light years different from what it was over here, and you're just like,
Wait a minute.
Yeah, this isn't the same person that I remember watching. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that for sure. Oh, these are like little snippets of what I want to talk about, but I need another Alien/Transformer game. It has been too freaking long. I need another big game for aliens or war or Cybertronian type game because I'm sick and tired of waiting.
I don't think we're getting another Transformers game.
I want another. The Fallen War of Cybertron was so good.
There was one after that, but it was bad.
Was it Devastation?
No, it was dark. It was the Dark Spark.
Oh.
Yeah.
We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about
We
that
really
one.
don't talk about. What does that have something to do with the Cybertron games?
I don't know.
I honestly hope it
No
doesn't.
one-
It can't be. It can't be. Oh my gosh, those things are so atrocious. Ugh.
I don't think we're getting another Transformers game for a long until it gets like the Spider-Man PS4 figure and it gets like a fat little reboot.
Honestly, I think if they had to like do a soft reboot, I think they should do one where it's like, you know, a totally different Cybertronian that we don't know about, and it's like a solo type feel where it's more of a maybe an adventure type feel, like you're a lone Autobot soldier going against like a huge army of Decepticons, and you're like one of the last few remaining Autobots still on Cybertron fighting against the Decepticons.
That'd be kind of cool.
That would be kind of sick. Like I'm already.
We're brainstorming.
We're brainstorming right now.
No, but for Alien, which I don't understand. Well, I do kind of appreciate that Isolation was just one and done.
Oh yeah, Isolation was fun.
Because like, movie games at that period in time didn't have a lot of great track records.
Colonial Marines was a dumpster fire, but during the time being I was young and I was able to shoot up aliens, so I had a great time. But still, it was bad.
For Isolation, I am glad that they kind of did the one and done. But
Isolation was great.
Isolation was great. Oh my god, yes. But if they were to bring back Alien into like gaming Alien in some capacity, I would not mind that. No, that game was by far one of the scariest I've ever played.
It's just how they set it up and how it was. It's just how.
Yeah, I think we've talked about this before.
Yeah, we did. So we're not gonna talk about it again. But yeah, that's all from me.
No, but I see on your notes there something on the PS5 and.
Oh yes, actually, that's my bad. Recently, this morning, I was listening to the news about. This was from IGN Beyond, talking about how the PS5 has a lot of ventilation stuff now, and that the entire backside of the PS5 console is just cooling.
Just vent.
Yeah. Like, legit, they're
It's
going
about
to...
to sound like a jet engine back there.
Oh, bro. Legit, fans are just waiting for this thing to be, like, huge, like, on the fan. Like, really, really, like all you're hearing while you're playing the game. But PS5 did a whole entire breakdown, like, took all the parts out from the PS5 console to show how much they were taking care of, like, the ventilations, and they're really, really gonna like try and strive for making this thing like the quietest console they can ever make, ever. Because a lot of these memes for the PS4 sounding like a jet engine is hilarious. Yeah. Hilarious.
Oh yeah. No, but with the PS5, apparently like a lot of the games, are there only like a dozen games that aren't playable on PS5?
There's only 10 games that are not playable on PS5.
And they're like really, I don't want to say really small, but they're not
that well known.
Yeah.
Except for the Hitman one.
I thought that was like a tabletop game or a mobile game.
It could be a mobile game. Like I don't know for sure because I've never really been a big fan of Hitman.
Which I can kind of understand because like apparently there's another Hitman that's coming out for PS5.
Yeah. It's like, actually no, I did not know that. I'm thinking of some totally different Hitman. But yeah, there's another Hitman coming out. That's cool. That's dope. I like that.
No, and like one, tracing back to Mortal Kombat 11. Apparently, Mortal Kombat is doing the upgrade for the PS5.
Yeah, just
No, and not for Mortal Kombat 10. Like if you own Mortal Kombat 11 on PS4, they're just giving it to you on PS5.
Really?
Yeah. You go, NetherRealm.
NetherRealm. Them smart devils. Honestly, NetherRealm. Big moves. There's a lot of big moves coming up next year.
No, but I know that's what a lot of people were asking for, myself included, like backwards compatibility, just because.
Oh yeah. And also there were some issues, or like there were some things that they said would probably happen if you put in a PS4 game into PS5.
Apparently, like if you put a PS4 game in a PS5, it depends on the game. Mm-hmm. It might get a performance boost.
Yeah, that's what they said. Like a performance boost is possible for some PS4 games, but there could be some errors and technical difficulty issues with the games that you put in that aren't supported by PS5, or like not supported, but like, you know, are being placed in a newer gen console because, like, you know, the older models are putting pushed to the fucking limit. But if not, I don't think that would be the case. No.
Well, that's all I got. Do you have anything to plug?
My new single is coming up soon.
Oh!
I'm working on it hard. I'm actually getting pretty close to the finished product. I'm actually need to come over to your place and master it because I want to work on that together. But expect it coming out soon, very, very, very soon. I don't want to say this week. Maybe this week because like the deadline for it is this week. I want to say. You know what? I'm gonna push myself this week. Yeah, this week. But yep, that's what I got plugged.
I'm NDA free now, so I'll give you guys more details on ATSR next week.
Awesome. Oh, and also it's someone's birthday today.
Oh God.
Today is Kaine's birthday. I'm not gonna sing happy birthday because that's awkward as fuck. It's just the two of us.
Happy.
Like who the hell does that? Like if you do that, like that's kind of weird. Like we don't have a studio with a bunch of people, but that's coming soon.
That's coming.
That's coming
soon.
But I'm not gonna do it in here. That's